Hope you see my screen. All right. So if you have any kind of basic questions, don't hesitate to interrupt me. And anyway, like I'll give you like every 10 minutes or 15 minutes, 1 minute break for your questions. Okay. And if you want, you can chat or post your questions in the chat too. So let me just give some kind of what is the agenda of this training. So we are focusing on Oracle EPM training, which is the FP&A financial planning and analysis category tool. One of the, not one of the, this is the leader in all the FP&A applications which are available in the market, like SAP or OneStream, Anaplan, or any. If you compare with any other FP&A market leaders, Oracle EPM is the first, in first place compared to other tools. The reason behind probably like, so I can come up with those points later, but I'll tell you the reason why it is in the first place. But within EPM, we have different modules or the solutions, the products we call it as, which is useful for every finance and accounting team when they're looking for budgeting and forecasting, or we call it as planning and budgeting. We have the tool called PBCS or EPBCS. If they are looking for consolidation closing of their actuals information, which is coming from ERP, so they have a tool called FCCS. And account reconciliations, we have ARCS, profitability and cost management, we have PCMCS. So every solution, we have a product within EPM. So within EPM, like we are focusing currently on EPBCS, which is a planning and budgeting module, which is helping for the customers who are looking for, if they want to do the budgeting across all the locations. Let's say they are present in 100 locations across the world, and they cannot use some small tools for their budgeting. They need enterprise applications. So if they look into that, like in the market, like what are the best tools which are available in the market. So they choose Oracle because let's say if they are already having any Oracle product like Oracle ERP or Oracle NetSuite or Oracle database, if they have these kind of modules already they are using within their IT infrastructure, they prefer or go to the Oracle only for the EPM or FP&A, for the better cost as well as for better support. So the reason is Oracle has reduced all the compatibility issues. If any customer has any product like Oracle DB or Oracle NetSuite or Oracle ERP, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, so they bought all the ERP source systems. Okay, so this is just an overview, and I'm coming up with USCMA, which is a great foundation for the finance and accounting principles. So you just search in Google what is USCMA, or we have USCPA too. So in that, I'm taking the CMA concepts to make the concept stronger, to make you comfortable on understanding what is the purpose of building a P&L statements hierarchy or balance sheet hierarchy, cash flow hierarchy, statistical accounts hierarchy in the account dimension. So you see all this different types of names, like what is debit, what is credit, what is trial balance. All this information I brought and captured in a single document, and how I can transform that functional knowledge into a technical application within EPM. Okay, and on top of that EPM, I'm going to present the AI related features which is available within EPBCS, how AI is going to help us in terms of predictive planning, predictive forecasting, like how we are going to enable the features to, see your forecast for the 2028 or 2029, right? What's your business? What's going on? And if something goes wrong, like COVID situations, right? Or else like wars, what's happening currently? What is if scenario? We have the what if scenario modeling, right? So all these are like a great combination, which will help for the students who are looking for the great knowledge transfer. Probably this is the best for you, like in where you can understand from the basics and go away with techno-functional training sessions and give your best into your interview. Okay. So I have the hands-on labs which I'm working currently. On my latest real-time projects. I'm capturing those steps into your document. I'm going to give it to you once you register with us. Okay. And coming to this training model is a 2 months training, and on top of it, the 3 months. What I mean is, on the last month, we are going to focus on the interviews. So it's a kind of like 1 hour session per day for 2 months, but we are going to share the activity guides or student guides to make you understand how to work on that activities what we are talking about in the session. And by end of the day, within 2 months, you should be in a situation to understand what is the purpose of the product, what is the purpose of the tool, what are the steps you need to take, care while we are working on any assignment. In the third month, we're strictly focusing on the interview preparations, and we are preparing your resumes and always sharing. Okay, so this is the concept. And it's a unique combination when we enable AI plus USCMI. So EPM has all the functionality. With the help of USCMA, you learn the foundation concepts, and with the help of AI, you know how to use that technology to predict your future of the business. Okay. So LIT Lead Innovative Technologies is a trusted Oracle EPM training since 2015. So we focus more only on Oracle EPM. We're not focusing on any other modules. We focus on only on EPM, and we have the deep expertise on Oracle EPM. And recently, like as you see, like AI, agentic AI is coming in April for the all the cloud customers. So we do solutioning for the customers who are looking for Oracle EPM, and we can do the managed services, kind of projects also. And we are available like in India, Canada, and USA. So to provide all the services in terms of implementations, in terms of managed services, any kind of staffing too. All right. So, so what are the modules at high level we have? So we have EPBCS, we have FCCS, Financial Consolidation Close, and ARCS, Account Reconciliation, and PCMCS, which is a Profitability and Cost Management. Narrative reporting and tax reporting is basically like it's a tax related module on top of FCCS. Okay. And EDMCS is a master data management. Among these modules, we have 6 major modules. Okay. Among these modules, we are actually see a lot of opportunities on EPBCS, FCCS, ARCS, and EDMCS. Lot of opportunities. Okay. So TRCS and VCMCS is basically requirement based. So you don't get often the calls on PCMCS or TRCS like other modules. Okay. So this is for if your customer is looking for planning and budgeting, if they want to do budget across all the locations, they can choose this EPBCS. If they want to do what's my sales for March 2026 across the total geography. So FCCS will help them. And who is paying, who is not paying, what is the delay, what accounts are not matching, all these informations will be captured in ARCS. And ADMCS it's a centralized repository like to manage the chart of accounts. When I say chart of accounts, let's say every business has account which is holding income statement, balance sheet like that, entity, all the business locations, um, what kind of products they build, what kind of services they do, what kind of customers they have. All these combinations, we call it as chart of accounts. So that chart of accounts we are managing with the help of EDMCS. Okay, so these are the four major modules which we have, and we focus currently on EPBCS. Okay, so EPBCS at a glance. So it is an integrated strategic, financial, and workforce planning. So when I say EPBCS, it is a module-based planning tool. So it has a predefined modules called financials, workforce, capex, and projects along with strategic. So we can use this PBCS on driver-based budgeting and forecasting, and it also has a rolling forecasting. So when I say rolling forecasting, if I have 3 years of historical data into the PBCS or EPBCS application, based on that historical data, it can give us a forecasted value. Hey, this is your business status the next year. Okay, this is how it looks like. So the rolling forecast will help us how I'm going to be in the next 1.5 year or 2 years. Okay. So we have the scenario modeling, which is what if analysis. If COVID comes again, what's my situation? If there is a war happen, what's my situation? So this intelligence, with the help of this intelligence, we can predict our business forecast. So always like why the customers are purchasing these enterprise applications, they want to know what's going to happen. Along with, they want to manage the data within one single application across the locations, whatever they have. So if they have 100 locations, they can see in a couple of minutes what is their sales, what is their expenses, all this information. And right now, they have AI powered predictive planning, so which we call it as intelligence performance management, IPM. So with the help of IPM, they can easily configure and predict the forecasting. So it is an advanced tool, but still the customers are not adopted this feature. So probably by next couple of months. So there's a reason like I started making this into our course content, where if you can understand how it works, probably you can be in a first place when customer is asking you, hey, do you know how to configure the AI in EPM? Yes, you already know it, you know how to play with it, so you're just going to present how it looks like, and they kind of they feel like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. They just can type in like ChatGPT, hey, what's my sales for Q3 or Q2? So it's going to show it to you, right? So, and automated variance reporting and commentary is a kind of narrative reporting tool integrated. So you can generate the reports, according to your business requirement. When I say business requirement, whatever the kind of report they are looking for, we can create easily with the help of narrative reporting or within EPM reports. And native integration with ERP systems. Either your customer is on SAP or Oracle ERP or NetSuite. NetSuite is a part of Oracle now, so you don't confuse. So Oracle NetSuite or Oracle ERP, we can easily configure. The reason is uh, the integration compatibility is very flexible if the customer is available within Oracle modules. Okay, you don't need to worry. Even there is a compatibility issue. If you create an Oracle support SR service request, they can start working on developing that enhancement, then they can fix it since it is an Oracle product. Okay, so that is a challenge for other competitors like OneStream or SAP or some other more competitors. Like they have to depend for operating system for one vendor. So let's say OneStream is depending on Microsoft. for database as well, like SQL database they are managing. So SAP previously they are managing, but they have developed like their own database. So some to medium scale business applications like Anaplan, they also have some dependencies. So that's the reason probably like Oracle is the in the first place across the different AP&A enterprise applications. Okay. And what are the modules are available in EPBCS? So we have the strategic planning, but strategic planning is a kind of scenario modeling. So we don't use much and the customers is not interested for this. So we do financial planning first, workforce planning, capex planning, and project planning. These are the four dedicated modules are available within EPBCS. Okay. Strategic modeling, that's a kind of long range financial planning, if they required, but they manage everything within financial planning. So before going to the next slide, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Shri, I have a question. I actually I raised the hand
Oh,
um for some time. I think you probably didn't see it. Um, so here's my question. So if you can, yeah, so now here on this slide, right, we talked about workforce planning, CapEx, financial planning, strategic planning. And then we also talked about the what if analysis, scenario modeling, forecast, rolling forecast. Now, I work with planning module both on the classic applications as well as from the EPMA version of planning.
okay.
Now, these like the workforce planning, CapEx, uh, and strategic planning, which is actually in EPMA was a strategic finance module. It was a different module. I think in EPBCS they convert that module into EPBCS. But my question is that all these things were already there uh, in in the on-prem version of planning, either it was a classic version or EPMA version. The only difference I see from the on-prem versus EPBCS, which is the cloud version of the same planning application, is the predictive planning. This is a new module they introduced in EPBCS. Otherwise, all these uh, things that are on the left side, where it mentioned all these things are already present. So what exactly is, other than you know uh, uh, spanning your planning applications on multiple availability zones, uh, or multiple regions, uh, for latency purposes, or for geo purposes. Other than that, what exactly is the difference? Because I don't see, um, you know, unless we start drilling into EPM Automate or Groovy scripting, that actually makes it different. But all these things are already present, right? In the on-prem version of planning, right? Am I wrong on that?
Uh, I mean, when you say that EPMA, or the public sector planning or strategic planning, probably like the customers when you see from the adoption, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the on-prem, they're not releasing as like cloud, and though on-premise has a compatibility issues with whatever the integrations they are on, but when we are saying the cloud, they are not focusing on AI related on the on-premise. They are focusing on cloud only. And for your question, most of the applications are already available in on-premise. So what is the main difference in the cloud? That's your question, right?
No, I mean, I like I'm not like I said, I've had an exposure to EPBCS, so I
Hmm.
kind of understand, but I just wanted to pick your brains on it to see, what your thought process is when, because, even apparently, you're probably going to be offering a 2 month, a boot camp where we will have the opportunity to learn EPPCS. So I'm trying to pick your brains on where you see is are the differences between on-prem version versus the cloud version, other than you know uh, uh, spanning your planning applications on multiple availability zones or multiple regions for latency purposes.
Yeah, well, but probably did you get a chance to look into the dashboards by any chance? The dashboards
You, you mean that
and the cloud?
uh, the workspace, the cloud workspace, the
Yep. Yeah.
EPBCS workspace?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Right, I did have a chance to look at it.
Right.
Um, so that's I mean, I'll let you steer
Okay, so what I mean to say is like when we are really working, I mean, I've been working on on-premise for 10 years, then later changed to the cloud. I see that flexibility, as you said, the flexibility in, doing the activities. The second thing is recently the changes would be like since Oracle is focusing on Oracle, IPM side, so it is helping me, personally, like where I can able to understand what is the intelligence. It's going to be dive into that data from the historical data point of view and the forecasting point of view. And of course, we have the rolling forecast in on-prem, but it's outdated as of now. You know when
right,
it's
but
coming to the
but
IPM.
I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, but there
Mhm,
are a lot of companies, like I'm currently in Toronto, in
mhm,
Canada, and I can tell you
mhm.
that within Canada there are a lot of firms that are still using on-prem version of the like 11.124 version, which is or 11.1.2 version, which is the on-prem version of the prior to EPBCS. But I can tell you, like for example, rolling forecast, right? I mean, you can define the rolling forecast using a business rule within the current planning application, either it's EPMA or a classic application. And what if analysis scenarios are already part of that, the on-prem planning model. So that's what I was trying to understand, is that, you know, it's what exactly are what I, other than, like, I have studied the cloud, not only EPMA, but also the other clouds. So, like, I'm talking from an architect point of view, is that how is this planning version, because EPBCS actually stands for Enterprise Planning Based Cloud Services, which is a cloud version of the on-prem planning application, correct? If I'm wrong?
Yeah. So probably like we can talk offline, but I'll just close this with this note. When you say
Sure.
that
Okay.
EPMA or classic, it's already over. Like EPMA is no more. Like when 11.124 got launched, they deprecated the EPMA feature and they moved to the DRM, right? Or the EDMCS in the cloud. So they and the S-based application is also there is no S-based 11G. So it's the S-based 21C. So
Right.
from the on-premise structure point of view, they're keeping up upgraded as a cloud. So S-base is right now in the cloud. It's no more
Right.
on on-premise.
Right.
And the way we are working in the S-base application too, you see that CLI commands or LCM commands got completely changed.
Right.
So you definitely feel it like S-base 11G which is EAS console working style, and SBase21C, the jet URL working style is completely different. You can able to see that flexibility. And in terms of I'm talking about the flexibility, it's not about the features. And of course, like the cloud came up from the on-premise features only, but they focusing on only the cloud, which making us like comfort, which making us like kind of the intelligence, how intelligent it is. Okay. And I'll definitely talk with you. Like, I mean, the questions what you asked is, I agree with you. Like, what's the matter of cloud transformation? But when we are
Right,
talking
and we
about
can
the,
right, and we can definitely. I would love to have a conversation offline,
sure, yep,
and I would welcome the opportunity for you to connect with me, and we can drill more into it. But please carry on. Thank you.
thank you, yep. And any other
Sri, one
questions?
question here.
Mhm.
No, normally we don't have these models in on-premise, right? So that's the reason they are moving cloud, right? Oracle.
No, it's there. Like the names are different, basically.
No, actually, I can see two models only, capex and workforce in on-premise planning. There is no any financial planning and strategic planning.
The names are actually in the hyphen planning, we have public sector planning, right? But we are not using it. That's why those are not famous actually. Though the names are different, but they can use this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So any other questions before moving to the next slide? All right. Thank you. Okay. So we are just going to focus on Oracle EPBCS Techno-functional first, like what is the architecture and what kind of administrative activities that we are going to, do, like developing the application, developing the metadata, configuring the integrations for the data loads and building the data forms for the user input, all these things. And what we are going to do within EPBCS, we do planning and forecasting. We build, based on the forms what we are building. The interesting concept is the dashboards, which is not available in on-premise. So we call it as composite form, but the features is completely different in the cloud, in the dashboards. And the reports generally we can build within EPBCS, but Oracle is going to deprecate that feature called reports, and they are pushing us, or they're pushing every customer to purchase the narrative reporting module to work on it. And we have the business rules and the advanced rules script called Groovy. So we can manage the calculations with the help of business rules or Groovy scripting. And we have the data integration module within EPBCS where we can connect it to different source systems like ERP, NetSuite, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, whatever. So if you're on-premise, you can connect to 11 different types of source systems like EBS, GL, or SAP also. But in the cloud, they actually shows us only 4 Oracle ERP systems. But if you want to connect to non-Oracle, you have an integration agent, which is an utility that you can use it to connect to non-Oracle ERP systems. Okay. And within USEMA, we have 2 parts basically, but from part 1, we are going to picking up planning and budgeting concepts. By already captured those, we are not going to the USEMA, topics or concepts. I brought the concepts from part 1 for the planning and budgeting, how to do it, variance analysis, and cost accounting and performance measure. All these 4 are coming from part 1, and for strategic financial management, so I'm picking from the part 2. So there are 2 parts for USMA. And finally, from the AI perspective, I'm going to use it AI predictive forecasting and how we can detect the anomaly. So there must be some variance whenever we loads the data, whenever we input the data into the application, but how we can detect with the help of IPM. So machine learning and intelligent process automation, all these are inbuilt within IPM, which is available in EPBCS. But our main focus is how we can detect the anomaly and predictive forecasting. Okay, so this is what like 3 months program, but I actually focus on AI part in the third month. The first month and the second month are very important for us to understand. It's a kind of techno-functional training. So these are the concepts. If you just compare for your reference only, I just kept, but it helps really like who are looking for the gaps between the functional. Though we are working on EPM as a technical guy, we still have a question in our mind why I'm doing this. Like when you do the dimension building, why I am adding that dimension member into EPM application, because it's coming from the ERP. The business has actually created that account or department or entity when they start any transaction for that combination. So you have to have that information in EPM for the reporting purpose. That is the logic. So those kind of logics we are going to talk about in our training in detail to make you understand how this enterprise application works for the large scale industries. And this is related to AI. So IPM is also available in narrative reporting, which is a reporting module. People are loving this reporting tool because you can chart with it like Chart GPT, to understand what's going on from EPBCS or FCCS, or ERP also. You can connect to ERP also this narrative reporting. Okay. And all our other different types of features available in AI. Okay. And this is my 8 weeks course program. So we focus on the first week, how to, at high level, I'm talking about how we can architect any EPM application, how to set up an application. Okay, so there is a difference. Architect is different, and you're building based on the architect, like solutioning. Week 2, you're going to start building the dimensions, building, the business rules, like, once you input the data. And any input data forms, dashboards, task lists are going to talk about in week 3. And the integrations focusing on week 4. So though we don't have the, working ERP system, I usually show with the help of some sample demo version systems, but I'll load the data with the help of flat file based. If you want to know how we can bring the data from ERP, I'll show you one demo piece, application, how we can configure that. But real data to load with the help of flat file. Okay. And the smart view, how we can use the smart view application in the week 4. So by end of 1 month, you're going to see the major foundation within EPM. Okay. And week 5 is all about the modules. What are the modules are available? What is the purpose of each module? If any business is doing service, okay, they need manpower, and they may have some capital expenditure, right? They might have some assets, any kind of like, capital they are going to invest on it. So how they are going to do planning for the next year, how they can do the forecasting for the same assets, right? What is the depreciation cost in terms of capex? For workforce, if I hire 10 people, what is the revenue I'm going to generate from them? Okay, so how we can forecast for the next year for the manpower. So these kind of questions, we are going to sort it out with these modules called workforce or capex. Okay, and projects is a kind of contract, short-term, long-term related projects. We can configure it. It's all about if any customer is doing all this type of services, you can enable this modules. Otherwise, we have a custom application called PBCS. You can simply build a standard custom cube. You can do the financial planning. Okay. So week 6, we are going to talk about how we can enable the AI stuff and how we can predict the forecasting. And this is related to different dependent modules called how we can integrate FCCS application with EPBCS, or how we can use the REST API or EPM automate, how to understand the purpose of ARCS, and finally, I'm going to share one end-to-end EPBCS project from the scratch. Let's say what is the abstract of the project, how you can design the dimensions for that project, how to develop the dimensions, how to develop the forms. All these things are going to be shared within a document you're going to develop on it. Okay. And on top of it, how we can do real corporate data set simulation, variance analysis, all these things are going to be shared once we are done with this training. And in the third month, we really focus on how to handle an interview. We do some mock interviews. Okay, so we have some vendors who are keep on looking for Oracle EPM people. I'm going to share your resumes based on your experience. Okay. All right. So this is what I would like to discuss with you. Um, any other questions?
The training will be daily training or weekends?
Yeah, so I'll come to that point. It's a 1 hour session on daily basis, Monday to Friday. So Saturday, Sunday are off. And yeah, every day session will be recorded and shared through OneDrive. You're going to watch as a viewer all the sessions, and along with the documents, what I'm presenting, I'm sharing, all this will be captured in OneDrive, and you're going to see that.
Hi, Sri. Just another question, if you can allow me, please. The So my understanding is it's going to be all the training is going to be instructor led or whatever, led by you, right?
Yep.
Would you be like, are you going to provide a sandbox environment where, you know, anyone can have hands-on training, or they can play with the EPBCS application, or is it just all theoretical base?
Uh, no, I'm going to configure one sandbox on your mission. You can play with it whenever you want, but I recommend like at least 16 GB RAM should be available within your missions.
Mm-hmm.
So before going to, start, so I let everyone first make sure you have the installation on your missions and it's up and running. Then we can start the sessions. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's a kind of VM, Oracle VM. So I let everyone knows how to configure that, how to install it, and how we can, work with that application. It doesn't have, it's not only have the EPBCS, it has all the applications, FCCS, ARCS. If you want to play with other applications too, you can learn that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's great, because I mean that's where the actual action comes into play,
Right.
because then you get to see how the if you're writing a Groovy script, how is it performing, and what exactly is running behind the scene, and how the calculations are performing. So yeah, that'll be a good plus.
Yeah, yes. So, though, we have multiple modules within EPBCS. Let's say we have EPBCS, we have integration, data integration, we have Calc Manager and Smart View. And along with, I also focus on the narrative reporting, how we can, build some basic reports on it. So, at high level, we actually focusing on 90% on the EPBCS, 10% on other modules. You know,
Right.
when I say like 10%, I'm not going in deeper on the Groovy scripting, on the integration, I'll show you how to pull the data and push into the application. I'm not going to tab each and every option there because we have a lot in each module. So how to use it, how we can play with it, how to bring the data, how to calculate the data, I can definitely show it to you. But if you still need some deeper sessions on each module, let's say data exchange, I want that. It's a separate 15-hour session. For Groovy, it's a
Mhm.
15-hour separate session.
Right.
So, and IPM also and I'll show you how to configure it within one session. But if you want to go deeper, yes, it requires some decent time to make you comfortable on it. So since it's a 8 weeks program, and along with the CMA concepts, probably you are going away with a kind of mindset, hey, I'm good with EPBCS as of now and PBCS as of now, how to integrate it with the data exchange or how to analyze the data through smart view, how to
Right.
write at least the basic smart Groovy scripting commands. That's all.
Right. Okay. Just one last quick question on the integration part of it, right? I know you're not gonna touch a lot on the integration because that is a whole different, entirely different animal, and it requires a lot of time to understand. And I understand that. But are you going to be, I just want to know if how deep are you going to be touching the REST APIs and EPM automate scripting? Because that's when it comes to EPM automate scripting, I think it's a very important aspect of the EPBCS because you want to automate the nightly jobs or you know bi-weekly jobs, however, the different companies have different requirements.
Yeah.
So so I just want to get an understanding how deep are we going to go into the, especially on the EPM automate and REST APIs.
I can cover the EPM automate because it's required for how you can import the data, export the metadata or something like that
Right.
basic. Okay. But the REST APIs, we need a source, a target. Like we're not a real applications. We are using VM. So how to use the REST APIs is basically like you are calling some data from different source systems. So we don't have any source system here.
All
But if you
right,
want a
because we
deeper
don't
session
have
for
the
that,
live ERP
yeah,
system, right?
exactly.
So okay,
So,
okay, got it, got it.
I'm not going to cover that, but
Right.
rest of all the topics, I'm going to cover it. And trust me, it's a kind of a detailed session. Though we have a great experience, like you have great experience on EPM side, probably it sounds like, kind of boring in the beginning session, but for other
No, no, no,
students
no.
who, yeah,
You know what? Honestly, Sri, I'm gonna tell you the the only reason I've been sticking with EPM because I love what I do. I
yeah.
love the technology, and it's that's the only reason. Trust me. Otherwise, I would have left a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's I'm just giving a heads up for you. I don't want other people to feel, hey, I'm not understanding. So the way I go when I start the sessions, it's from the scratch, like ABC, like what is Hyperion, what is EPM, what are the dimension, what is the difference between metadata and data, why actually Hyperion is required for the customers. Though people who are working for 5 years experience, they don't know it because I came
Right.
from the same question. So it comes with the experience, like why they need it. So I'm going to tell them, in a kind of 1 hour session, like why they need it. So though it is required a lot of experience for them, but they'll at least sense it. Okay, so there's a purpose. They can talk in the interviews at least. Okay. All
Okay.
right, I think we
Thank
are at
you.
time, and thanks for your time on probably who are from India. It's Saturday, but you guys joined. I really appreciate that. And if you like the demo or the you want to reach out to me, so please reach out to me. The email what I have shared, the demo and the course content, reply to me. And I'm going to start this session the next week on Wednesday. Okay, so the time would be 7 a.m. IST, which is 8:30 p.m. CST. Okay. All right, guys. Appreciate and thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thanks, Ray. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.